We're going to spend another day reviewing for Chapter 6 before we move on. So, number 45, if the sine of x is 3/5 and our angle is in quadrant 2, what is the cosine of 2x? So the sine of x is 3/5 and we are in quadrant 2. Then what is the cosine of 2x? Well, I need to look at the double angle formula. So double angle formula, kind of middle of the page. The cosine of 2 theta is either cosine squared minus sine squared, 2 cosine squared minus 1, or 1 minus 2 sine squared. Okay? Doesn't matter which one I use, so I'm going to pick the middle one, which is 2 cosine squared minus 1. So I'm going to use that to figure out what this is. And I know that the sine of x is 3/5, so 3, 5, which makes this -4. Everybody follow so far? Where'd you get stuck? Oh, we are on number 45. All right. So this angle here is the same as this angle here, which is this one. So 2 times the cosine is -4/5 squared minus 1. Is everybody okay with that? Well, -4/5 squared is 16/25. So 2 times 16 over 25 minus 1. 2 times 16 is 32. So 32/25 minus 1. We need a common denominator. 1 turns into 25 over 25. So 32 minus 25 is 7/25. So just so you understand what is going on, if, this should be a theta, if the sine of theta is 3/5, what is the cosine of of 2 theta? And the answer is 7/25. Now, I purposefully picked a formula that I wouldn't have used. I chose the cosine formula. Which formula makes the most sense here? The sine formula. Why? I already know what the sine is. So if I would have used the sine formula, which is 1 minus 2 sine of theta, I already know that the sine of theta is 3/5, which means I didn't even need to draw the triangle to begin with. If the sine of theta is 3/5 and I want the cosine of 2 theta, then I just plug 3/5 in here. Oh, is it squared? Yeah, it's squared, sorry. So I get 1 minus 2 times times 3/5 squared. 3/5 squared is 9/25. So 1 minus 2 times 9/25. Wait a minute. I didn't get a negative on the other one, did I? So -4/5 squared times 2 minus 1. That's positive, right? But over on this other side, I'm going to get a negative answer. Okay, help me out. Where did I mess up? 18. So I get 18. Oh, nope, we're fine. 2 times 9 is 18, so 1 minus 18 over 25. This is less than 1. So 1 minus 18 over 25 is 7 over 25. So we're good. I didn't make a mistake. In both cases, I got 7/25. Okay. Any other questions on that one? Okay, 61. Use half-angle identities to find the exact value of each of the following trig expressions. Now, 63 is written in radians. Just convert that to degrees. How do we do that? Multiply by 180 over pi. The pi's cancel. So basically, it's going to be 3/8 times 180. So for number 61, I want to know what is the sine of negative 22.5. Well, is there an angle that I know that I can cut in half and get 22.5? What angle can I cut in half and get negative 22.5? Not 45, negative 45. So this is equal to the sine of negative 45 over 2. Now, is negative 45 on my unit circle? Yes, but it's not labeled as negative 45. What is it labeled as? 315. So I'm actually going to do 315 over 2, which, whatever. Well, no, that's, sorry, scratch that. Okay, now with half-angle formulas, you have to be careful, because the half-angle formula says the sine of theta over 2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1 minus the cosine of theta over 2. We have to pick the sign, whether it's positive or negative. All right? So I'm looking at an angle in which quadrant? In quadrant 4. What is the value of the sine function in quadrant 4? It's positive. Sorry, it's negative. Does everybody agree? The angle I want is in quadrant 4. Okay? And because it's in quadrant 4, I'm going to use this formula. All right? Now, where is my theta angle? Well, theta is negative 45. Theta over 2 is negative 22.5. Okay? So, my angle is here at negative 45, which means my side lengths are 1 and what? What's my x value at negative 45? No, this isn't the way you guys want to do it. You want to do it the other way. So what is the cosine of negative 45? Let's solve it that way. Go to your unit circle, positive root 2 over 2. So I get the negative version of the square root of 1 minus root 2 over 2 over 2. Now I need a common denominator. So this one becomes 2 over 2, which gives me 2 minus root 2 over 2 over 2. And I make the denominator 2 over 1. What's the next step? Invert and multiply. 1 over 2. So the top becomes the square root of 2 minus root 2, what about the bottom? It becomes 4, but the square root of 4 is 2. And that's the answer. Negative square root of 2 minus root 2 over 2. That is the sine of negative 22.5 degrees. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, number 81. Write each product as a sum or difference of sines and or cosines. So I'm given 6 sine of 5x times the cosine of 2x. So look over at your product and sum formulas, which is on the right side near the bottom. Which one is sine times cosine? Which one of those 4 formulas is sine times cosine? Do you guys know where we're looking? Nope. The third one is cosine times cosine. It's the top one. So it says sine alpha plus sine beta is equal to 2 sine of alpha plus beta over 2 times the cosine of alpha plus beta over 2. Okay, does everybody see that? I matched the right side. I matched this to that. Okay, now right off the bat, something's wrong. The 6 doesn't match up with the 2. Right? This doesn't work. So what do I need to do to the equation to make a 6? Times this by 3. Am I allowed to do that? Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. Times that by 3 so I get a 6. Am I allowed to do that? Yes, as long as I do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I fix that. Now what? Well, this goes here, and this goes here. So 5x is equal to alpha plus beta over 2, and 2x is equal to, oh, one of them's probably a minus, huh? Yeah, this one's a subtraction. Alpha minus beta over 2. Well, times both sides by 2. 4x equals alpha minus beta, and 10x is equal to alpha plus beta. Can you think of 2 numbers that you add together and get 10 and subtract and get 4? Will 8 and 2 work? Nope. 7 and 3. Now, what if you forget that? I mean, what if you just can't do that in your head? Then just set up a system. So you do 4x equals alpha minus beta, add them together, 14x equals 2 alpha The betas cancel. Divide by 2, you get 14. Plug 14 back in here. Or so you get 7. If you put a 7 there, 7 plus what is 10? The answer is 3. So alpha is 7 and beta is 3. So the answer is 3 sine, oh, those are x's. Sine of 7x plus the sine of 3x. And that is the conversion. Okay, and then for the rest, you're just going to do the same thing, only backwards. And then at the bottom, you're going to verify some identities using the same formulas. Right? Get to work. Good luck.